Sometimes life feels like it's moving too slow, like the world is passing you by while you're stuck, watching, waiting, hoping. But let me tell you something. You are not behind, you are not failing, and you are not alone. Every struggle, every sleepless night, every rejection, every fall, it's all a part of a process that's shaping you into someone unbreakable. Most people quit when they don't see immediate results because they've been blinded by the illusion of instant success. Real winners, the ones who achieve greatness, understand that the grind is the teacher, pain is the mentor, and patience is the weapon. You have to trust the process even when it feels impossible, even when the voices around you tell you to give up. Every step, no matter how small, every sacrifice, every ounce of effort is stacking, building the future version of you that others will envy. Your dreams are not accidents, they're earned. And the moment you truly embrace the struggle, hunger for progress, and silence the doubt, nothing and no one can stop you. Your time is coming, but only if you keep moving, keep grinding, and keep believing in yourself. Struggle is not your enemy. It is the crucible in which champions are forged. Life does not hand out victories to those who wait politely or follow the easy path. The people who achieve greatness are not the ones who avoid pain. They are the ones who stare it in the eye and keep moving forward. Every challenge, every setback, every moment of doubt is an opportunity, a test designed to reveal who you really are. When you feel exhausted, beaten, or overwhelmed, that is precisely the moment where your character is being molded, where your resilience is being sharpened like a blade. Most people run from struggle. They avoid the hard work. They take the shortcut because it feels easier today. But shortcuts never lead to mastery, and comfort never produces strength. If you want to reach a level of success that others can only dream of, you have to learn to love the grind, to crave the discomfort, to treat struggle not as a punishment, but as a privilege. The universe does not conspire against you. It tests you, it challenges you, it throws obstacles in your path to see if you are willing to fight for what you want. Every failure, every loss, every hard day is a lesson, if only you have the courage to extract it. When you embrace struggle, you stop running from it, and suddenly it stops controlling you. You start controlling it. You learn that pain is temporary, that setbacks are transient, and that every difficult moment is a stepping stone toward your vision. The world loves to tell you that life should be easy, that success should come quickly, that talent alone is enough. Those are lies designed to make you soft, to make you quit before you've even begun. True strength is built in the trenches of struggle, in the silent hours where no one is watching, in the moments where your mind screams to give up, but your will refuses to listen. If you embrace struggle, you will discover a mental toughness that is unshakable, a focus that cuts through distraction, and a hunger that cannot be satiated by temporary pleasures. Every challenge you face becomes an advantage because you've learned to navigate it, to rise above it, and to convert it into fuel for your ambition. Struggle teaches discipline in a way that comfort never can. It teaches patience, persistence, and the art of enduring when others fold. It teaches you that victory is never free, that nothing worth having comes without cost, and that the more you are tested, the greater the reward waiting for you on the other side. Embracing struggle also teaches humility and perspective. When you've fought through hardship, you stop underestimating life and people. You stop expecting things to come easily because you know the value of effort, of resilience, of commitment. Every challenge you face is a teacher showing you exactly what you need to master to move to the next level. Ignore the lesson at your peril. Those who complain, who blame others, who shy away from adversity, they are trapped in mediocrity. Those who face struggle head on, who understand that it is not a punishment, but a training ground, they rise above, they dominate, they become unstoppable. Struggle forces you to confront your weaknesses, to see them clearly, and to develop the strength to overcome them. It strips away excuses, it exposes your fears, and it pushes you to act when you would rather hide. It forces you to take responsibility, to make decisions, and to refuse to be a victim of circumstance. There is no shortcut to this knowledge. You cannot fake it, you cannot avoid it, and you cannot outsource it. The grind, the pain, the setbacks, they are your education, your university of life. The sooner you stop fighting against struggle and start learning from it, the faster you will evolve into the person you were meant to be. When you embrace struggle, You begin to see it differently. Instead of fear, you feel anticipation. Instead of anger, you feel focus. Instead of despair, you feel opportunity. Every obstacle is no longer a wall, but a challenge to be mastered. Every difficulty is no longer a curse, but a stepping stone toward dominance. Every failure is no longer a shame, but a blueprint for improvement. This is the mindset of winners, the mindset that separates those who dream from those who achieve. Struggle is the ultimate teacher because it never lies, it never sugarcoats, and it never gives you more than you can handle. It challenges you, humbles you, pushes you to your limits, and then shows you that your limits were only illusions. To embrace struggle is to embrace growth, to embrace power, to embrace the truth that the road to greatness is never smooth, never comfortable, and never quick. It is to understand that every sacrifice, every hardship, every tear, every ounce of effort is being invested in the version of yourself that the world will one day respect, envy, and admire. If you are willing to walk through fire, to face struggle without fear, and to see it as your most valuable teacher, then nothing in life will be able to stop you. You will rise, you will conquer, you will dominate, and when others see your success, they will see the glory, but only you will know the lessons you learned in the struggle that made it all possible. Patience and consistency are not just virtues, they are the real weapons that separate ordinary people from the unstoppable. In a world obsessed with instant gratification, everyone wants results yesterday. Everyone wants success without effort. Everyone wants the glory without the grind. But let me tell you something. The universe doesn't reward impatience, and it doesn't honor inconsistency. Success is not a spark, it's a fire built brick by brick, day by day, hour by hour. Every moment you spend putting in work, even when no one is watching, even when it feels like nothing is changing, you are stacking momentum for the life you want. Most people quit when they don't see immediate results. They plant seeds and expect trees the next day. They try for a week and call it a lifetime. They give up before their efforts have even begun to bear fruit. Consistency is what turns small actions into unstoppable forces. The habit of showing up, of grinding relentlessly, of refusing to bow to laziness or distraction. This is how empires are built. Patience is what allows you to endure the journey without losing faith. Patience is what keeps you moving when the world around you is chaotic, when opportunities are scarce, when your vision seems distant and unreachable. Without patience, consistency becomes frustration. Without consistency, patience becomes wasted time. You must master both. Every successful person you admire, every millionaire, every champion, every leader, they did not get there by rushing. They did not achieve by luck. They achieved by refusing to quit, by showing up day after day, even when it was hard, even when it was painful, even when it felt pointless. That is the silent power that nobody talks about. While others are chasing shortcuts, while others are looking for hacks, while others are surrendering to distraction, you are quietly building your future. You are planting the seeds of greatness with every effort, every repetition, every disciplined choice. Consistency turns average into excellence. It turns doubt into confidence. It turns struggle into mastery. And patience allows you to wait for the right moments, to avoid impulsive mistakes, and to understand that timing is everything. Life has a way of testing you, of pushing you to your breaking point, of tempting you to take the easy road. But if you have patience, you understand that these tests are temporary and that every challenge is part of a longer story. If you are consistent, you know that effort compounds, that repetition creates mastery, that small victories today lead to massive triumphs tomorrow. Together, patience and consistency create a rhythm, a pattern that becomes unstoppable. You start to see progress even when the world says there is none. You start to develop skills that no one can take from you. You start to become the person who doesn't rely on luck, who doesn't hope for chances, who creates opportunities because they know their own power. Patience teaches control. Consistency teaches discipline. Control and discipline are the tools of champions. Without them, talent is wasted, ambition is squandered, and dreams remain unfulfilled. You cannot rush mastery. You cannot fake greatness. You cannot skip steps without paying the price later. But when you commit to showing up every day, when you accept that progress is invisible at times, when you trust the process and continue regardless, you become untouchable. Life will throw setbacks, failures, and distractions your way. You will face moments where you feel like giving up, Moments where the gap between where you are and where you want to be feels unbearable. That is the exact moment where patience and consistency will save you. Patience allows you to endure, to stay calm, to resist the temptation of shortcuts and instant fixes. Consistency ensures that even in the chaos, you continue to move forward, even if it is just one small step at a time. The combination of these two forces is lethal. They create momentum that cannot be stopped, a force that grows stronger with every day, every action, every choice. While others are distracted by social media, by comparison, by excuses, you are quietly winning. While others are chasing trends, fads, or shortcuts, you are building a foundation that no one can shake. While others seek validation, you seek results, and results are patient. They arrive only when you've earned them through consistent effort. Remember, nothing of true value ever happens overnight. Greatness requires time. Power requires patience. Mastery requires repetition. If you want to win at life, if you want to achieve what others think is impossible, you must embrace patience and consistency as your most powerful allies. They will allow you to withstand setbacks, endure struggle, and rise stronger each day. They will separate you from the masses, elevate you above mediocrity, and give you the unstoppable momentum to reach your dreams. Every day you delay, every day you slack, every day you waste patience and consistency is a day you set yourself back. But the moment you commit, the moment you decide to endure and to show up no matter what, that is the moment your future begins to bend in your favor. Every champion, every legend, every person who has ever achieved the extraordinary did it by mastering patience and consistency. They understood that small actions repeated consistently with the patience to endure time are more powerful than any talent, shortcut, or lucky break. These are not just tools, they are weapons, sharpened with discipline, honed with repetition, and used to dominate life itself. If you want success, if you want power, if you want respect, if you want to create a legacy that cannot be ignored, then you must adopt patience and consistency as your core strategy. They will carry you through struggle. They will protect you from impulsiveness, and they will guarantee that your efforts eventually transform into undeniable results. No excuses, no distractions, no shortcuts, just patience, just consistency, and an unstoppable hunger to win. Too many people underestimate the power of small actions. They look at success and see only the trophy, the money, the recognition, and they forget that every giant leap is built on countless tiny steps. Every single day, every single choice, every single effort, no matter how insignificant it feels, is a brick in the foundation of your future. The world glorifies big wins, overnight success, and viral moments, but that is an illusion. True achievement is invisible at first. It hides in repetition, in discipline, in the relentless pursuit of improvement when no one is watching. Every small effort you make today, every extra hour you put in, every refusal to quit, every time you push through discomfort compounds, it stacks, it grows. And before you know it, what seemed impossible becomes inevitable. Most people never see this because they give up too early. They plant seeds and expect trees the next day. They take one step and call it enough. They fail to understand that greatness is not built in a single action. It is the product of repeated, consistent effort over time. The truth is brutal. Every small choice matters. Waking up early, showing up when others sleep, reading when others scroll, training when others rest, investing when others waste, it all adds up. Every action is a deposit in the bank of your future. Every moment you spend improving yourself, even if it feels small, is creating a compounding effect that will eventually overwhelm those who chose the path of comfort. The magic of compounding is relentless and unforgiving. It rewards those who persist and punishes those who procrastinate. You cannot skip the process, and you cannot ignore the little things. The smallest actions, repeated consistently, create momentum, and momentum is unstoppable. Momentum carries you forward even when motivation fades, even when challenges arise, even when doubt creeps in. Momentum is what separates winners from dreamers. You might not notice it at first. You might not see the results for months, even years, but every effort counts. Every sacrifice, every uncomfortable decision, every single step you take toward your goal is secretly building a mountain that will eventually tower over mediocrity. The problem is most people expect instant recognition. They want their effort to be validated immediately. They want applause after the first push, and when they don't get it, they quit. But the compounding effect does not work like that. It's silent, invisible, patient, and persistent. It doesn't announce itself, it simply grows. And the moment you realize the power of your repeated efforts, the moment you understand that every small action has been preparing you for this exact opportunity, nothing can stop you. That's the difference between average people and extraordinary people. Extraordinary people understand that effort is never wasted. Every drop of sweat, every moment of discipline, every choice to act when others hesitate, it all compounds, it all accumulates. It all becomes the unstoppable force that propels them ahead of everyone else. Consistency is the engine, and effort is the fuel. The more you put in, the faster you accelerate. The more you push yourself, the stronger you become. The more you endure, the more invincible you feel. And eventually, the results are undeniable. Small actions turn into skills. Skills turn into expertise. Expertise turns into influence. Influence turns into power. Power turns into freedom. That is how life works. There is no shortcut. There is no substitute for repeated, deliberate effort. The rich, the successful, the powerful, they know this secret. They understand that it's not the flashy moves, the big bets, or the lucky breaks that define them. It's the small, consistent actions done every single day. They wake up early, they execute relentlessly, they improve themselves incrementally, and they let compounding do the rest. That is why ordinary people struggle while the extraordinary soar. They underestimate small efforts. They neglect repetition. They fail to honor the power of compounding. You cannot. Every moment matters. Every effort matters. Every small step matters. Ignore it, and your dreams remain fantasies. Respect it, and your results will eventually shock the world, including yourself. The key is to act even when it feels insignificant, even when it seems pointless, even when nobody notices. That is where winners separate from losers. That is where champions are born. Every time you choose to do more than yesterday, every time you refuse to quit when it's hard, every time you make the effort that nobody else will, you are compounding your success. You are planting seeds that will grow into a forest. You are stacking bricks that will build an empire. You are creating momentum that will carry you further than you ever imagined. And here's the reality: this compounding effect is exponential. It accelerates over time. At first, progress seems slow. At first, it seems invisible. But then one day you look back and realize you are leagues ahead of everyone who doubted you, everyone who quit, everyone who settled. That is the power of small efforts compounded. That is why you cannot waste a single day, a single choice, or a single opportunity to improve. Because the effect is relentless. It grows whether you nurture it or ignore it, and eventually it determines your destiny. Every small effort, repeated without fail, eventually becomes unstoppable results. The moment you decide to chase greatness, you will notice them. The doubters, the critics, the ones who whisper in your ear that you can't, that you won't, that it's impossible. They are everywhere. They live in your family, your friends, your colleagues, even inside your own mind. But here's the truth that nobody else will tell you: those voices are not reality. They are distractions. The people who have never achieved anything monumental in their lives are the loudest when it comes to telling you why you can't. They measure the world through fear and limitation, and they want to drag you down to their level so that they no longer feel inadequate. Ignore them. Every second you spend listening to their doubts, every moment you waste trying to convince them, is a second stolen from your own success. Focus on your grind. Focus on your path. Focus on the work that will eventually silence every single one of them, not with words, but with results. The world respects action far more than argument. Doubters exist because they cannot see the future the way you can. They cannot feel the fire in your chest, the hunger in your veins, the relentless drive that pushes you past fatigue, past failure, past fear. They are comfortable in mediocrity, and they resent anyone who dares to step outside it. But you are not here to please them. You are not here to justify your ambition, to seek their approval, or to wait for their permission. You are here to dominate your life, to build your empire, to create the results that will force them to stare in disbelief. And the way you do that is through obsession with your grind. You show up every day when others sleep. You push yourself when others rest. You take risks when others hesitate. You execute when others only talk. The grind is your shield against the negativity of others. The grind is your weapon against the whispers of doubt. The grind is the language that the universe understands, the proof that you are serious, the evidence that you are willing to pay the price for greatness. Every time someone doubts you, every time someone criticizes your ambition, every time someone tells you that your dreams are unrealistic, remember this: their opinions do not define your reality. Your actions define it. Your results define it. Your relentless pursuit defines it. You cannot allow the noise of the uncommitted to disrupt the focus of the disciplined. You cannot allow fear disguised as advice to derail your purpose. Every champion, every leader, every person who has ever achieved the extraordinary has been surrounded by doubters. They have been told they were foolish, that they were crazy, that they would fail. And yet they succeeded because they ignored the noise and embraced their grind with unwavering intensity. You have to do the same. Focus on what you can control, which is your effort, your decisions, your discipline, and your persistence. Stop wasting energy on judgment, on negativity, on fear. That energy is fuel, and if you redirect it toward action, toward improvement, toward results, it becomes unstoppable. Doubters are inevitable. They will try to shake your confidence, undermine your vision, and convince you that your goals are too big. But they do not get to write your story. You get to write your story. You get to define your life, your success, your legacy. And the only way to do that is by immersing yourself fully in your grind, so consumed by effort, by focus, by action, that there is no room left for doubt, criticism, or fear. The grind is not easy. It requires sacrifice, discipline, and relentless persistence. It demands that you rise before the world, work harder than anyone else, and endure discomfort without complaint. But that is precisely why it works. While doubters are talking, while critics are criticizing, while the average is waiting for permission, you are building, achieving, and evolving. And eventually, your results will speak louder than any voice that ever tried to undermine you. Success is the ultimate response to doubters. Achievement is the ultimate answer to criticism. Dominance is the ultimate revenge on those who ever doubted your vision. Every victory, every milestone, every empire you build will remind you that the only opinion that truly matters is your own, and the only standard worth measuring is your own progress. Focus solely on your grind. Let your ambition drown out the noise. Let your effort eclipse the negativity. Let your results become your reputation. And remember, the world is filled with people who talk, but few who do. The doubters will always exist, but the champions, the achievers, the unstoppable few, they are the ones who understand that ignoring the noise is the first step to winning. The second step is relentless execution. And the third step is building a life so powerful that it leaves no room for criticism to matter. The grind does not care about excuses, fear, or judgment. It only rewards those who are willing to push harder, go further, and refuse to stop. The more you focus, the stronger you become. The more you act, the faster momentum builds. The more you grind, the louder your success speaks, and the smaller the doubters' voices become until they are nothing but whispers drowned out by your dominance. When you embrace your grind completely, when you ignore every doubt and distraction, you begin to realize the truth. Your only competition is yourself. Your only limit is the effort you refuse to give, and your only path to greatness is the one you create, brick by brick, day by day, hour by hour. There is no shortcut around doubters. There is no bypass to criticism. The only path is relentless focus, unwavering discipline, and an obsession with your grind that leaves nothing and no one capable of stopping you. Now, it's time to realize that your destiny is not written by anyone else. The world will try to push you down, to make you doubt yourself, to convince you that your dreams are too big, that your goals are impossible. But none of that matters. What matters is what you do every single day when no one is watching. What matters is your hunger, your discipline, your refusal to settle for mediocrity. You have everything you need inside you: strength, resilience, focus, and the will to fight harder than anyone else. The process will test you. You will fall. You will fail. You will face moments that feel unbearable. But it is in those moments that champions are born, that warriors are forged, that legends are created. Trust yourself. Trust the grind. Trust the sleepless nights, the sacrifice, the struggle, because it is shaping you into someone unstoppable. When the world doubts you, when fear whispers in your ear, remember, greatness is reserved for those who refuse to quit. Show up, work harder, grind longer, and one day, everything that seemed impossible will be yours, not because it was easy, but because you refused to stop, because you trusted the process, because you became unshakable. The question is simple: will you rise or will you fade into the crowd? The choice is yours.